All right, so holding onto your hand towel just straight out from your chest. First 30 seconds is just going to be first, just hold your towel sideways or long ways, whatever the case may be, but with a loose hold, and just work your arms up and down, but nice and loose to start, just to kind of tune in. Notice how your shoulders are feeling. Notice your grip here as well. So notice how your hands are feeling, and maybe even give your fingers a little wiggle, and then start to pull apart, get a little bit of energetic pull on that towel. So we start to engage the armpit chest muscles, engage the grip just a little bit. And then as you start to pull apart, notice how your shoulders are feeling here. All right, and now we're going to take that towel straight out from the chest, keep that pulling apart sensation, and then start to twist. So pull apart on the towel. We're still working the grip. We're still working the armpit chest muscles, but now we're twisting. And try to keep your feet fairly grounded. So most of the movement's coming out of the upper body, belly button up. And time. Nicely done. Okay, stick with that hand towel, but now we're going to take it into one hand, drop it behind the back. The other hand is going to be palm facing out, and get a handhold at the tail end. And now we're just going to move up and down. So you're going to gently pull up and then gently pull down. So it's more about flossing through the shoulder girdle. We're going to go 30 seconds with this hand on top. Try to keep a little bit of a firmness in your belly. So most of the movement's coming out of the shoulders and the elbows. And then notice here, see, I keep looking down because I'm looking at you guys on the screen, but if you can keep your head upright, gaze forward, so you have plenty of room to move within the shoulders. 5 more seconds, and then we're going to switch the other side. All right, switch. So take it into the other hand, drop it down the back. The other hand's going to stay palm facing out, grab the tail end, and then we're just flossing up and down. So we're holding a firm grip on the towel, and it's moving up and down with us. Nice work, you guys. Beautiful. 13 seconds left. Try to keep that nice firmness in your abdomen and head up. And time. Nice job. Shake out your shoulders, give everything a little wiggle. Set your towel down for just a second. Next 30 seconds of work is just going to be some light squats. So think air squats, feet about hip width distance apart. Sit your butt down and then rise back up. And we're just checking in here. How are your knees feeling? How are your hips feeling? How's your butt feeling? Can you keep your chest and your chin upright as you put butt back, bend your knees? Doesn't have to be super fast, but we just want to start to get a little bit of heat in the quadricep muscles and in the glute muscles. Nice. 5 seconds left. All right, now we're going to take it into some heel raises. So keeping a nice even distance between your ankles or your heels. You're just lifting up and lowering down. You're just going to go right now to a height that is appropriate for you, noticing how your feet feel and noticing how your ankles feel. Keep your belly firm. And then just try to avoid your ankles buckling out or buckling in. So if you're finding that buckling out or buckling in, keep a slightly less high rise with those heels, just so you got plenty of control. And time. Nicely done. Okay, now grab your towel. We're gonna do a little laundry. Just kidding. We're gonna fold the towel into a nice, good height. So fold it so that when you place it down on the floor, it's going to create a little bit of an imbalance. We're going to stand 1 foot on to the towel. We're going to do 30 seconds on one leg, 30 seconds on the other. So with that towel underneath your foot, all you got to do is pick up the other foot and hold balance. So you might wiggle and wobble all over the place. Doesn't matter. Does not matter what you look like, but we just want to see if we can find our center, lift up through the top of your head. So when you think about trying to hold your balance, rather than sinking into balance, see if you can lift up and out of your balance. Your arms can help support you, but try not to use a handhold if you can, just so you're working into your ankle, into your calf. 2 more seconds. And switch. Place your other foot on, and then pick your foot up and just hold your balance here. Nothing fancy, doesn't matter what it looks like. Firm up your abdomen, lift up the top of your head. Sometimes gazing at a single point, so you focus your gaze, helps. Sometimes pressing your tongue to the roof of your mouth helps. 10 more seconds. You might notice one side has better balance than the other, or you might just be all over the place this morning. 2 more seconds to go. And time. Nicely done. Okay, step off of your towel. All right. Nope. And now we're going to take our towel and we're going to get it nice and small. So roll it up into the smallest, tightest little configuration that you can get. We want it about the size of a tennis ball. And now you're going to place your rolled up towel right between your ankles, getting it really nice and close to the heels, keeping your feet nice and tight together. And we're back to our heel raises, but we're going to try to maintain that light little squeeze on that towel between the ankles. So we're lifting up and lowering down, keeping a really good sense of control, finding that connection point right at the ankles and the heels. And then once you feel like you've got it, then see if you can tune into inner thighs. So you want to zip up through the inner thighs and imagine that you're just zipping up through the center of your body all the way up through the crown of your head. Nice work, you guys. You're already halfway there. Woo, I almost lost my balance looking out away from my balance point. So I find focusing my gaze on a single point really helps me maintain my balance. But if I start to look around, I get all over the place. 16 seconds left. And time. Nicely done. Woo! Shake out your calves, shake out your ankles. Okay, grab a heavy, heavy set of weights, whatever you've got. We're moving into some bicep curls. Nothing fancy here, just our regular good old fashioned bicep curls. So elbows are going to hug in nice and tight at the ribs. We're going to keep those elbows hugged in at the body. Full range of motion. Pull the weights up to the shoulders, lower them with control. We got 1 minute on the clock, especially if you're using nice heavy weights. Keep it slow and mindful. Keep your belly firm. Beautiful. If you're using lighter weights, then you might choose to pick up the pace here, but don't think speed round, but just think extra reps. So you're still going up with control and down with control. Nice. You're already halfway there. And time. Awesome job. Set your weights down and off to the side. We're going to come back to our towel. And now if you're wearing shoes or socks, go ahead and kick them off because the next up is bottom of the footwork. So place your towel on the ground. You're going to use one foot, pick up the towel with your toes. So you got to crunch up your towel or crunch up your toes to pick up the towel, pass it over to the other foot. And then we're just going to switch from side to side. You're just going to let your feet do the work. So you're going to crunch up the towel or crunch up your toes to pick up the towel. And then try to find a grip with the other foot, pass it over to the other side. Nice work, you guys. You're already halfway there. And notice here, sometimes one foot works really great and the other foot is just a little bit persnickety. So just kind of notice if you have little imbalances there, then you might choose to do a little extra work on one side than the other. But we want to keep our feet nice and strong, ankles nice and strong, calves nice and strong, all of those connection points to our knees so that our knees stay nice and happy. 5 seconds left. And time. Awesome job. Okay, light weights if you want to, but this next round is going to be a speed round. We're going to find a nice wide stance and we're going to start to throw some uppercuts. So we're moving our hips, we're swiveling our feet, and we're moving our arms. You're going to throw a punch up to chin height, and then you're going to stop short. But now you're going to pick up some speed. So you're going to let your feet pivot. You're going to let your hips move. You're going to let your heart rate get up. Your breath is going to get up. Go as fast as you can. Now, if you are not in the mood for speed this morning, you're going to go slow and controlled. Stop short right at the chin. Let the back muscles help control that punch upward. But if you're going for speed, nice and fast, Get everything moving. Beautiful. "20 seconds left, fast as you can. And time. Nice job. Medium weights or light weights, it's a little bit in the shoulders this next round. So your choice, but it's going to be a sumo squat with a W lift. So we're going to keep the elbows tugged in at the side body, slightly angled out at that 45-degree. Sink into your sumo squat. As you rise up, give a little W lift, and then bring it back down as you lower into your squat. We got 1 minute on the clock. This is a working recovery. So you're going to go a little slow. Mind your squat. Make sure your knees are drawing toward your pinky toes. So we're not letting those knees collapse in, but we're keeping the inner thighs active. And you're lifting about to shoulder height. Maybe the fingertips are slightly above the shoulders. Nice. You're already halfway there. And time. Awesome job. Okay, next up, either towel or no tools at all, but it's going to be a wide position with the legs. We're going to take it into a figure 8 pass. This is a round for speed. If you're using the towel, the nice thing about the towel is that you got to play around with your grip. So you got to be mindful how you grab that towel, but we want to go nice and fast. Nice wide position with the legs. We're figure 8 passing, so we're working in the torso. There's a little bit of work in the legs. Fast as you can. Now, if you don't want to go fast, slow and mindful. And then think about keeping your gaze up. So you're playing around with proprioception too. You're paying attention to where that towel is connected to your body. 25 seconds left. Going as fast as you can or as mindful as you can. So you're taking your own adventure here. You got it. Five seconds left. And time. Woo, nicely done. Okay, grab your heavy weights. Working recovery, we're moving right into some deadlifts. So heaviest weights you've got. Arms hang out straight from the front of the body. A little bend in the knees. Hinge from your waist. Lean forward with a nice flat back. Come up, squeeze glutes, let the hips come forward. We got 1 minute on the clock. Nice and slow and steady here. Working recovery. Let your heart rate come down a little bit. Catch your breath, but use those big muscle groups to find your work. Beautiful. Nice form, you guys. You guys look amazing. Nice, nice work. 15 seconds left. And time. Awesome job. Okay, now clear your mat so you have plenty of space, plenty of space. Oy, oy, oy. So that we're going to shuffle sideways. This is a round for speed. You're going to toss your towel down to one side, fast as you can, pick it up, toss it over to the other side, fast as you can. So we're doing that sideways shuffle. Toss your towel, bend down, pick it up, over to the other side. If you're not working for speed this morning, slow and mindful with that shuffle, bend down, pick it up, Slow and mindful to the other side. But if you're going for speed, nice and fast, 30 seconds left, you got this. Nice speed, you guys. Awesome job. 5 seconds left. And time. Woo! Nice work. Okay, grab your heavy weights again. We're back to deadlifts, but now we're going to take it into a staggered stance. So, right leg back in that staggered stance. Give a deadlift. As you come up, the leg that's bent, the heel is going to hug up to the butt. Toe comes back down, back to your deadlift. We got 1 minute on the clock. This is a working recovery. We are done with our speed rounds, so give it a little time. Catch your breath. As you pick that heel up and hug it towards your butt, feel that little squeeze in the muscles in the back of the leg. So we're activating those hamstring muscles. Nice. And time. Beautiful job. Okay, we're switching feet. Hang on to those weights. Left foot's going to stagger back, right back to those deadlifts. Hinge from your waist, lean forward. As you come up, that bent knee is going to hug up so we feel that hamstring muscle get activated. Toe comes back down and then back to your deadlift. "12 seconds left. You got this." And time. Nicely done. Okay, set your weights off to the side. We're going to come down to the ground in a plank position. But before we come down, grab your towel. We're going to fold it long ways or roll it up so it's in a little bit of a mound. And we're going to practice our plank with our towel under our wrist. So once you've got your towel long ways folded up in a nice little roll, pads of the hands, heels of the hands are going to be on your towel and the fingers are going to be slightly off. Start by finding your tabletop position. Make sure the towel feels good underneath your wrist. And then we're going to just start by walking one foot back, the other foot back, come back to table. So we're finding our plank position and then coming back into a tabletop. Alternate which leg leads. So step right foot out and then left foot out, then right. But keep that nice firmness in the upper body. Keep pulling your belly button up towards your spine. And then for the last 30 seconds, find your plank. Here we go. We're holding plank. Firm up your belly, broaden your shoulders. You're looking down at the floor, so you have that nice long neck. Nice form, you guys. Beautiful. You got this. 15 seconds left. And time. Bring your knees down. We're coming up into a high kneel position, and you can choose a towel or a hand weight sideways. So that's going to be totally up to you, but we're just going to be circling around. So we're going to stay in that high kneel position. We're going to circle in one direction around the head and then circle around the other way. And then what we're shooting for here is to keep the legs stable, hips stable, belly firm. Most of this movement is coming out of the upper body and the shoulders. So you might feel a little movement in your ribs, but mostly we want everything coming from out of the shoulders, a tightness in the abdomen. So think shoulder mobility, but here you might find a little bit of muscular work as well, especially if you pull apart on the towel, then you might find a little extra work in that strengthening and pulling position. Yes, beautiful, you guys. 20 seconds left. And time. Okay, stay in this high kneel position, and then you'll choose if you want to use your towel or your weight, but we're going to alternate. So you're going to try to step 1 foot forward into a lunge, twist and rotate towards that front leg, step it back in, switch to the other side, rotate. You're going to try to do this hands-free. If hands-free doesn't work for you, place one hand down, you'll step it forward, find your twist, come back with that hand down, step it back, take it to the other side. But if you can be hands-free, awesome. It's a nice bit of work in our hip mobility, a little bit of core strength. 1 foot and then the other, and we rotate towards the front knee and keep a nice little pulling apart grip on that towel the whole time. Or if you're using a hand weight, you might also find that pushing in to the hand weight is another way to find action through the back of the body. Nice, Judy, beautiful. Yes, Liz, that's awesome. Man, you guys are amazing. 13 seconds left. And time, awesome job. Woo! Use that hand towel to wipe the sweat off your brow. All right, we're flipping around, sitting on our butt, and we're gonna take it into a V sit. So option number 1, feet on the floor. You're pulling apart that towel, and we're just lifting the arms up, lowering them back down. If you want more work for your core, you're gonna lean back, pick those toes up off the ground, stay in that V sit, arms up, arms down. We're pulling apart on the towel, finding some balance, a steadiness in the center. If you need to put your feet down at any time, do what feels best to you. Amazing, beautiful, you guys. Woo, and time. Set those feet down. Wow, my muscles are shaking. I don't know about you guys. All right, we're coming down onto our back. Move your towel just off and out of the way. We're gonna come into some hip bridges with a double heel lift. So heels close to the butt, feet about hip width distance apart. You're gonna lift into your bridge, lift both heels, lower both heels, lower your hips. Lift your hips, lift your heels, lower your heels, lower your hips. Go at your pace. If you feel like you need a little extra work here, you can load up your weights at your hips. But if it feels like just quite enough, find a pace that works for you, and then watch for 1 foot leading over the other. See if you can keep both hips and both heels lifting at the same time, at the same pace, a nice controlled movement. 20 seconds left. You got this. Nice work, Judy. Nice work, Liz. Beautiful. And time. Awesome job. Okay, now we're going to take it into some fluid spinal twists. So send your right leg long, pull your left knee up, over, and across. We're going to twist, bring it in, switch sides. Other knee comes in, you'll twist, bring it in, switch sides. So think of this as a fluid movement. We're not staying in the twist, but just reaching the knee over and across the body, pull it in and switch. You choose your own adventure with your hand hold, whatever works good for you. As you twist the knee across the body, try to keep the opposite shoulder anchored on the ground, which might reduce how far you go with your twist, but just see if you can find that little bit of work there, keeping that shoulder connection to the ground as you pull the knee across the midline of the body. And time. Awesome job. Okay, we're going to come up to a seated position and we're going to take our hand towel width. We're going to do a little bit of work on one foot and then a little bit of work on the other. So whatever leg we're not working on, you can just either bend it or set it out of the way just a little bit. But take your towel long ways, reach down and catch hold of the bottom of the foot. And then we're going to put a little strength. So you're going to take a pretty firm grip of your towel, push your foot into the towel. So we're going to find a little strengthening work. Pushing the foot into the towel, arms are going to help resist. Hold that pushing for about 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. And now relax that position. Gently tug on the towel so you get a little stretch to the Achilles heel. Awesome. And then release that foot. We're going to switch over to the other side. So catch hold of your other foot. And then the leg that you're not working with can just be wherever feels the most comfortable. Now you're going to hold a nice firm grip, push your foot into the towel. Find that nice pushing forward position. So you feel that little bit of strength. You might feel your calves fire up, your shins fire up. Arms are working to hold that grip. See if you can hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then relax that position. Pull on the towel, gently pull the foot in so you get that little stretch to the heel and the calf. Nice. And then when you're ready to release, now we're going to catch hold of both feet. So see if you can loop that towel around both feet. You're going to start with a nice bent knee position, but think about getting nice and tall here. So pull the belly and the chest up and then bend your elbows, pull your chest forward. Awesome. And then come up nice and strong. And now we're going to see if we can extend the legs a little bit longer. So as straight as your legs like to go, bend your elbows, lift your chest. As you bend your elbows, you're going to pull on that towel just a little bit, but go to a point that feels like a comfortable stretch. If you're zinging the connection point of the hamstrings and you're feeling any zinging up into your glutes or into your butt, you've gone too far. Bend your knees. But if it feels okay to do so, go just as far as feels right to you. You should find a comfortable stretch in the backs of the legs. It should feel nice. Take one more breath. Awesome. And then come up nice and slow. Release that towel from your feet. Give your toes, your ankles a little wiggle. We're going to come up to a standing position, and then we're going to take a shoulder over stretch. So with the towel behind the back, palms facing backwards, try to find the outer edges of your towel. Bend your knees a lot. Hinge from your waist, fold over, and let your arms fall away from the back of your body. Take one more breath. And then start by letting your hands find your low back, bend your knees, lift from the top of your head, let your chest follow, come up nice and slow, shrug out your shoulders. Awesome work today. You guys are amazing. That was, that was a lot of work. All right, grab your foam roller if you're sticking around. If you're not, I hope you have an awesome Friday and an awesome weekend. Judy, tell Molly we say hi.